The true magic of Christmas isn't just found in decorations, songs, or happy endings. It lives in moments of change, belief, forgiveness, and unexpected connection. Some films capture this magic quietly, others through chaos, humor, or even darkness. Christmas becomes meaningful not because everything is perfect, but because people are forced to confront who they are, what they've lost, and what they still hope for. In this countdown, we explore 10 films that reflect the true magic of Christmas, not as an idea, but as an emotional experience rooted in humanity, redemption, and belief.
I'm in.
10. Jack Frost, 1998. This film uses a supernatural premise to explore grief, unfinished relationships, and second chances. After a father dies in a tragic accident, he returns years later as a snowman, given one last opportunity to reconnect with his son. The story isn't about comedy or spectacle, but about the pain of absence and the longing to fix what was left unsaid. Christmas acts as the emotional trigger, a time when loss feels heavier but also more meaningful. The magic here is temporary and bittersweet, reinforcing the idea that love doesn't disappear with death. The narrative emphasizes presence over perfection, turning a fantastical concept into a deeply human story about letting go.
I'm your father. All right, man, that's it. Okay, you're grounded. Come here. Charlie, it's me, Dad. Honest. I can explain everything.
9. Die Hard, 1988. At first glance, this seems like the least traditional Christmas film imaginable, yet its narrative is deeply tied to the holiday. The story revolves around reconciliation, family, and the desire to reconnect after emotional distance. The Christmas setting amplifies the stakes, transforming a corporate building into a symbol of isolation and vulnerability. The protagonist's struggle isn't just physical survival, but emotional humility. Snow is replaced by falling paper and glass, yet the themes remain familiar: reunion, sacrifice, and hope. The film captures Christmas magic through resilience and reconciliation, proving that the holiday's meaning can exist even in chaos. Eight. A Christmas Carol, 1984. This adaptation places emotional weight on memory and consequence. The story presents Christmas as a moment of judgment, forcing its central character to confront the harm caused by indifference. Each vision is less about fear and more about truth, revealing how isolation slowly becomes self-made. The ghosts function as emotional mirrors, reflecting regret, lost joy, and unrealized compassion. The magic of Christmas here lies in the possibility of change, the idea that it's never too late to choose empathy. Redemption is earned through awareness, making transformation feel fragile but sincere. Christmas becomes the final opportunity to reclaim humanity. Seven. Just Another Christmas, 2020. This modern story uses repetition as its central device, trapping its protagonist in an endless Christmas day. What begins as a comedic inconvenience slowly becomes an emotional reckoning. Forced to relive the same moments, the character is confronted with his selfishness, emotional detachment, and avoidance of responsibility. The narrative turns Christmas into a psychological loop where growth becomes the only escape. The magic is subtle, emerging through self-awareness rather than miracles. The film frames Christmas as a mirror, reflecting who we truly are when stripped of novelty and routine. Change happens internally, reinforcing the holiday's deeper meaning.
precisa, vai embora, volta, 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 Jorge, volta, Jorge. Jorge, não precisa, Jorge, volta, volta. Jorge, não precisa, Jorge.
6. Prancer, 1989. This quiet family drama focuses on belief as an act of emotional courage. When a young girl discovers an injured reindeer she believes belongs to Santa, the story becomes less about proving magic and more about choosing faith in a world filled with disappointment. The adults in the film represent skepticism shaped by hardship, while the child embodies hope untouched by cynicism. Christmas serves as a fragile space where belief feels risky but necessary. The magic remains ambiguous, allowing emotional truth to matter more than confirmation. The film suggests that belief itself can be transformative, regardless of outcome. Five. In Bed with Santa, 1999. This unconventional romantic drama explores intimacy, loneliness, and emotional honesty during the Christmas season. Rather than focusing on tradition, the story examines how the holiday amplifies personal vulnerability. The characters are flawed, searching for connection while navigating emotional baggage and unspoken desires. Christmas acts as an emotional pressure point, exposing insecurities rather than hiding them. The magic here is quiet and adult, found in moments of honesty, acceptance, and human closeness. The film presents Christmas not as an escape, but as a moment when emotional truths become unavoidable. Four. Miracle on 34th Street, 1994. This story frames belief as a social act rather than a personal fantasy. The question of whether Santa exists becomes secondary to the impact belief has on kindness, trust, and generosity. The narrative explores how skepticism protects adults but also isolates them. Christmas becomes a cultural test of faith, not in magic, but in goodness. The courtroom setting transforms belief into something public and communal. The film argues that the true magic of Christmas lies in choosing generosity over doubt, especially in a world driven by logic and profit. Three. Bad Santa, 2003. Beneath its crude humor lies a story about self-loathing and emotional damage. The protagonist embodies the opposite of Christmas values, using the holiday as a tool for exploitation. Yet the narrative slowly reveals the pain beneath the cynicism. Christmas becomes the backdrop for a reluctant emotional awakening, driven by unexpected connection. Redemption is not clean or idealized, but messy and uncomfortable. The magic emerges not from transformation into goodness, but from choosing not to remain broken. The film captures Christmas as a moment when even deeply flawed people can change direction. Two. The Santa Claus, 1994. This story treats becoming Santa as an unwanted responsibility rather than a reward. The protagonist resists the role, struggling with belief, identity, and fatherhood. Christmas magic here is tied to acceptance of duty, imagination, and emotional presence. The narrative emphasizes that belief is learned through participation, not logic. As the character embraces the role, he also reconnects with his child. The magic of Christmas becomes inseparable from emotional availability, suggesting that wonder exists when adults choose to engage rather than dismiss.
Again, Dad. Please.
I can't, the thing's empty. There's nothing in the bag.
1. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000. This adaptation centers on emotional isolation and the fear of connection. The Grinch's hatred of Christmas is rooted in rejection and humiliation, not malice. The story reframes Christmas as something communal rather than material, challenging the idea that joy can be taken away. The transformation isn't triggered by spectacle, but realization that belonging matters more than control. Christmas magic here is collective, existing beyond individual pain. The film captures the holiday's true power, the ability to reconnect those who have withdrawn from the world. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden corners of cinema, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe to Cinemira for more strange, forgotten, and fascinating films. Your support keeps this adventure alive, and trust me, there's so much more to discover together.